Hey, what's going on everyone? Today I actually have something that I'm really excited to check out because it is an absolute monstrosity. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, and it is huge. This tablet is... it's a behemoth. When it comes to Samsung tablets, the only real experience that I've had with them has been with like the really cheap Tab A's when I was a lot younger. But I did actually end up trying out a Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus last year, and I really did like the tablet. So I wanted to go ahead and try out what is essentially probably one of the biggest tablets on the market that you can buy, and just check out how big and beautiful this display is on this device, because that is pretty much one of the main selling points for a tablet like this, unless you just want to get the best of the best that isn't an iPad. So on the box, it's pretty simple. You just get straight up Galaxy Tab, S9 Ultra, and then you can see the S Pen and the tablet there laying flat. This is the graphite version. I really wanted to get the beige one, but they didn't have it in store, so I was pretty bummed out about that. But yeah, you can see package contents. We're basically just going to get the tablet, the S Pen, a data link cable, and the quick start guide, because the box is this thin, if the camera can focus. So no, we're not going to be getting a charger, unfortunately, just the cable. So you spend basically 2,000 Canadian dollars on this tablet, and you can't even plug it in unless you have a Type-C brick. But anyway, let's go ahead and open it up, because I am very interested. They got these pull tabs, but I don't care. Oh, maybe that wasn't a good idea. I ruined it now. I ruined it. Oh, what the hell is wrong with these? God, you like got a saw at it, man. Alright, before we open this up, it would be really nice if you can go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below, because I don't just go out there spending all of this money for myself to have fun with. I like to share it and make some content for all of you, and I would really appreciate the support. We're ever so close to 25,000 subscribers, which is just mind-blowing to me. So thank you so much for the support. It really does mean a lot. Anyway, let's lift this bad boy up. Bam. We got Samsung right there, right in the front. Pull this thing up. Oh my god, okay. Okay, we'll get back to that, because that is insane. We got the S Pen in the box, of course, very nice S Pen. And then we got, this is probably going to be our data link cable, so just a USB-C cable. It is really long, actually. This might be maybe a meter or a meter and a half. But one thing that's interesting about it is that it's white. Do all Galaxy Tabs come with white cables? I hadn't even noticed that, because the phones come with black cables, and the Buds, or at least the Buds Pro do. Throw that to the side, and then we're gonna have a SIM eject tool, but I think this is for expandable. Yeah, I don't believe that this. Now I'm confused. Does this thing come, is this LTE capable just straight out of the box, or do you have to buy an LTE specific one? I know that you do use this right here for the micro SD expansion, but I'm gonna have to look at that, because that's interesting. Clearly I don't know what I'm talking about on this channel, eh? Here we go. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Plus, and it is like so thin that the camera probably won't even focus on it. It is ridiculously thin. This thing in the hand feels absolutely nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Is it like, what the hell? Oh. Jeez. You can tell I don't open Samsung tablets that often. Oh, I don't want to get the screen all fingerprint. Okay, this is a behemoth of a device, and it's not going to focus because it's just all reflective, but I'll turn it on in a second. So when it comes to the rear cameras, we actually have two cameras. We have a 13 megapixel f2.0 26mm wide, and an 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide. So dual cameras right there on the back, and then you of course do have that LED flash. Right here you do have the spot for the S Pen so that it can charge and sit there. It will also stick onto the side of the device, but it won't charge there. Either way though, these positions are really sturdy, and that magnet, like, that's not coming off. That is actually really, really on there. On this side, if it's gonna focus, you do get that USB-C port. You get quad speakers, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is gonna give you a stereo sound. At the top, you get the power and the volume up and down, as well as this SIM slot. Let's go ahead and check out what this is. Yeah, no, so like I was saying, I was a little bit confused, but yeah, this unit is just for micro SD expansion, and you do not get cellular on this device, even though it looks like it is wrapped up in antenna lines like crazy. But that's cool. I wasn't planning on using cellular with it anyway. It was just interesting when I saw that eject tool in the box, because I actually did forget that this thing did have micro SD expansion, because that's kind of rare to come by these days, to be completely honest with you. So seeing that in a tablet, pretty interesting. And when it comes to the selfie camera, where this little notch cutout is, you are going to also get a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide, which is pretty cool. You aren't going to get obviously any sort of LED flash on the front, but both cameras can shoot 4K 60 and 4K 30 with HDR, and I think that's pretty insane. I mean, God, this thing is just a behemoth. I cannot get over the size of this tablet. So like, this is the Tab S9 Ultra, and let me just show you compared to like a Z Fold 5. Oh my goodness. It is insane. Because keep in mind, like, this display is 14.6 inches diagonal, which is crazy. It's a dynamic AMOLED 2x 120Hz display with HDR10 Plus support, and it is at a 239 ppi, which does make sense for the size of the tablet, but the resolution is going to be 1848 by 2960, and that is going to be a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, so not 16 by 9, but a little bit taller. Definitely not like the iPad's aspect ratio though, because this tablet is going to be, you know, a little bit wider. But this thing right here is rocking the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is a really tried and true SoC that we've seen in a few flagships by this point. And I have no doubt that this thing will perform amazing, especially with that extra space that it has to breathe in this device. While I go ahead and set it up though, I will talk about some other things. So this tablet also is shipping with 12 gigs of RAM as a standard across everything, UFS 4.0 storage, and this device right here is the 256 gigabyte variant, but it does go all the way up to 1 terabyte, and you can expand that with SD cards. So you do get a lot of options when it comes to storage with this thing, which is obviously very nice, because this is probably going to be your tablet for quite a while, considering how expensive these things are. Okay, so I'm at the point in the setup where it's going to ask for a fingerprint, and I think this is really cool because this is such a big display, but you actually do still get an inbuilt fingerprint reader. Okay, so you are actually able to register your fingerprint from inside the display, and I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I personally am not too much of a fan of inbuilt fingerprint sensors. Like, I would much rather have it on the side, and I think for a tablet, it definitely makes a lot more sense for it to be on the outside, but I mean, Samsung can be really stuck in their ways with some things that they do, and I think this is just one of those things that they need to really let go. But if you were curious, yes, this thing does have biometrics in the sense that it does have a fingerprint sensor. It just isn't going to be on the side of the power button like it is on the Z Fold. Okay, so here we are finally in the home screen of the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, and I just wanted to say, like, it is crazy seeing Android on a display that is this large, because I've never seen it like this. Like, I've never even used an S9 Ultra or an S8 Ultra. I've never played around with a tablet that was this big, so seeing how Android scales on this thing and me using it is going to be completely something, like a different experience, something that I've never done before. One thing that I also do want to say that is extremely impressive about a device like this is that you're not just getting a tablet experience. You're actually able to use Samsung Dex and load up into basically a full-fledged PC. Now, it's not going to be something like Windows, for example, more so akin to like a Chromebook, but you can actually do a lot on here. So if I open up the Play Store, we have a floating window of the Play Store that I can actually manipulate. I can change the size of it. You know, I believe you can snap. Yeah, there we go. I can snap. I can add another app if I wanted to, like internet, and I can snap that. And I have like a full-fledged kind of like desktop experience on this tablet. And if you connect a Bluetooth keyboard, for example, to something like this, it is like basically a laptop replacement. Now, you can actually buy like a keyboard cover for this thing that is essentially going to be like the magic trackpad for the iPad, but it's not just giving you a tablet experience. Like, you're getting a nearly full-fledged PC browsing experience, which I think is just incredible. And the inclusion of the S Pen makes it a really good value, because this is not something that you're gonna have to go out and buy a bunch of accessories for. If you want a keyboard, you just get a keyboard, but you're not gonna have to buy an Apple Pencil for an extra $120 or whatever they cost now. Now, the fact that you get an option like this instead of going out and buying something like an iPad is really nice, and like competition is really good. And I do think that something like this could be very beneficial to a lot of people, especially just because you're getting that desktop experience. It's not going to be like Stage Manager, where it is kind of locked in and very, you know, tight-knit, holding your hand. A lot of people do use Stage Manager and find it to be very useful, but I'm not someone that's ever been able to actually use it, nor can I genuinely appreciate what it actually does for the tablet, because in my opinion, it's very watered down, and I feel like iPad OS is just much easier to navigate than using Stage Manager. But here, it's like, boom, you want YouTube, the app, in kind of like a resizable window so that you can do something else, like open settings or open up Google or open up internet. You know, it's insane what you're able to do. And if you had a mouse, obviously all of this is going to be a lot easier. But again, it's just the amount of things that you can do on a device like this is crazy. Now, if I exit Dex and go back to what the tablet is supposed to be used as, you can see like there's a lot of screen real estate here. This is nothing to mess around with. It is definitely, I would say, probably overkill for a lot of people. I can open up Chrome and let's say I wanted to split view it, just bring over YouTube. I basically have two tablets side by side. You know, if I wanted to watch a video on the right side of the display and go on Google on the other, if I have a mouse and keyboard connected, this is basically a full-sized laptop. Like, this is almost a 15-inch device. And not to mention, the screen looks beautiful. Like, the colors, the vibrancy, and just the sharpness of the panel, it is just remarkable. I'm definitely gonna have to play around a lot more with this device and, you know, see how this thing actually works in my day-to-day. But I am really considering making like a 2-week video, you know, after I use this thing, and just kind of experiment with it a little bit to show you some things that I've come up with. If that's a video that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, if this is a tablet that you're going to be picking up, I'll put an Amazon link or something in the description to make your life a little easier. And obviously with affiliates, I do get a small kickback. Very, very small, like literally $1 or $2 off something like this. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.